Hello everyone, I'm Perry Pencil. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you click this video, it is obvious that you saw the thumbnail and recognize that it is a review for Halloween Kills. I have to say that I was so desperate to go ahead on and talk about this movie because I actually pulled over and said, look, I got to do this review. But I will say that Halloween Kills captivated me in such a way that I had to review it. Also, if you're new to this channel and this is the first time you are taking a look at what I have to offer here, I appreciate you so much. Thanks for stopping by. Subscribe if you want to stay for more content. Like this video, give me your opinion on it in the comment section, and also make sure you hit that alert button so that you know whenever I upload a video. Before I get into Halloween Kills, the first thing I want to talk about a little bit for those that don't really know about Michael Myers. Halloween debuted in 1978. It started the slasher genre or subgenre, and it was very popular. One of the things that is notable is that the Michael Myers character was called The Shape. There wasn't a whole lot of depth to the character, so let me just be clear on that. I wasn't always a Michael Myers fan for that reason, and I'm just letting you know what the backstory is to the reason why Halloween Kills is so important at this point. Is that when Halloween first started out, it popularized the slasher genre, and what it did was it spawned Friday the 13th not too far after that. So those guys got together and pretty much said, look, we're going to make money, and this is a cash cow, so we're going to cash in on the slasher genre and make our own thing. They did that. That gave us Jason Voorhees, or Friday the 13th, if you will. Those that know me personally know and understand that I'm Jason all the way. I love Friday 13th franchise, always have, always will. So that leads me to my feeling on this. So that's why I'm mentioning a little bit of the backstory to Halloween come out in 1978 and kind of taking a back seat, because when they came out with Halloween 2, the reason why they made some changes with that film is because Friday the 13th upped the antics with the gore and the slashing aspect, and it was a little bit more violent. So when they came out with Halloween 2, they wanted to go ahead on and just compete with that for the money, in my opinion. But when it comes to Michael Myers, I wasn't really a big fan of Michael Myers that much, because him and Jason Voorhees are like one and the same. They have the same characteristics in the sense they don't speak and all of those type of things. I'm not going to go and belabor this too long any more than that. They lack a lot of character and a lot of personality, if you will. Having said that, Michael Myers was kind of bland to me, didn't have a lot of flavor, just was a creeper that kind of popped out behind bushes and stuff like that. So I didn't particularly care about Michael to that degree, because Michael wasn't really, it wasn't that much substance to him, as opposed to Friday the 13th, where you got the little backstory and all those things with his mother, and you got a lot more to chew on for me. The next point I would like to make is that when it comes to the Halloween franchise, they did too many reboots, and it kind of became a little bit frustrating for me, because they kept changing up the Laurie Strode relationship with Michael Myers. Is his sister, is not his sister or whatever. And for me, after a while, the plot became way too convoluted for me to digest. And then they tried to go back and explain why he was supernatural, and that just became really silly with the cult and the background of the Satanists and all those type of things, and trying to explain the pure evil aspect, and trying to explain that he's pure evil aspect. So a lot of the storytelling wasn't really that great. So, just to kind of give you a little bit of backdrop of that, you had Halloween 1 and 2. When they came out with Halloween 3, they kind of totally went a different direction, where there's like this kind of secret society. For those of you that know a little bit more about the Halloween franchise, I'm not the expert when it comes to all of the backstory. Halloween 3, I just understand that they had these masks that was killing children. Spoiler alert, I'm just putting it out there. And Michael Myers wasn't in that film at all. So what I'm basically doing is explaining to you the lead up to the progression of where I am today with the Michael Myers and the Halloween franchise. That after Halloween 3, then they recognized that they need to bring Michael Myers back. So you had Halloween 4, and I believe it's his niece that is supposed to now be a part of the franchise and take on more of the Michael Myers persona, and they're like connected with this kind of psychic ability, and it just really got silly and really got a little bit off kilter, where it just wasn't really making any sense and adding up for me. So the franchise at that point, to me, I just did not care for Michael Myers at all. Then you had, I'm gonna jump on ahead to Halloween H2O, which was halfway decent. It had LL Cool J in it. Then it went to, I believe after that, the one with Busta Rhymes, like I believe it was Halloween Resurrection or something. Then Busta Rhymes did karate, got real angry with him, and upset the entire world because he literally beat Michael. And in my opinion, when it comes to the guys that are human, and you have these larger than life characters that are serial killers and somewhat supernatural, you just don't come out and just beat them with a karate kick and kicking them out the window. I didn't like that myself, just to put that out there. I hated that. Love Busta Rhymes and his work though, nothing against him personally. I just think that it was a little bit disrespect to the character of Michael Myers. He's supposed to be immortal in some way. And so when he did that, I lost a lot of respect for Michael Myers. So that killed it for me. Then after that, we got the Rob Zombie trilogy or franchise, if you will, or a little bit another timeline that's created where he goes into the backstory of Michael Myers once again. And I think he overdoes and oversells it, and everything is way too dramatic and pushed to the limits. The dialogue is way over the top. And the only thing I liked about that Michael Myers is he's like this huge juggernaut version of Michael Myers. So anybody that's always hulking always grabs my attention, because it's very scary to see Michael Myers that way. So I got the connection there, because larger than life characters always make me feel on edge. Oh my goodness, he's going to crush somebody. You can believe that he could throw somebody through something or just smash their skull and stuff like that. So the Rob Zombie Halloween take was 50-50 for me. Didn't quite stick the landing there for me. So that's why I said, okay, I wasn't 100% sold on Rob Zombie's take, and it was okay, and it was his style. That's fine. Now I'm going to go ahead on and move on up to Halloween 2018. Now my thing with Halloween 2018 was that by the time now we have Laurie Strode coming back, Jamie Lee Curtis, great actress. She's the scream queen and all of these things, and she's the survivalist female at the end of a horror film. That's one of the tropes, or one of the things that the titular characters usually do when they're female and they're going against someone like Michael, Jason, or Freddy. Jamie Lee Curtis is almost at the top. So with 2018, Halloween 2018, I saw that as a reboot, but I didn't really get that invested in it. So I felt like I didn't want to waste my time with that. However, what I did do is watch a lot of the commentary on it. So a lot of people that commented on it said it was good. And, Michael Myers, the new guy that acts as him, forgive me, in the comment section, if you know who the actor's name is, I did not take the time to get to know the actor's name and stuff like that. So I just kind of, just went with this. So, leave it in the comment section if you have the information for me. I'd appreciate it. But I didn't know anything about him. I thought from what I saw in the videos on YouTube, thought it was pretty okay, and I just wasn't sold. What I did like was the cliffhanger at the end, where Laurie Strode and I believe her daughter and her granddaughter, they get together and trap him in the house, and what they end up doing is trapping Michael in the basement. So just really briefly want to talk about that real quick. It's like a drawer, or in the floor of her kitchen is like a kind of makeshift trap that she built for him, and then the bars come over, he's stuck in there, and then like this gas comes out, and then I guess they get the basement ignited with flames, and Michael's just staring up at the camera as if he's saying, okay, got anything better than this? I'm not really concerned about the fact that you have him trapped in this basement, which I really, really, really appreciated. So it kind of got me, kind of thinking about it, like, wow, what's going on with Michael, where he's not even afraid of flames, he's not afraid to be trapped in the basement. So it had me thinking. Does he have already had an escape plan? Maybe. I really didn't know. So I left that alone. So now we jump to Halloween Kills. What I will say about Halloween Kills is this. I'm just going to go right into it. And in terms of reviewing this movie, my review of this movie is I didn't have a high bar set for the film. Let me put that out there first and foremost. I didn't have a high bar for the film. I had a very low expectation going into the film. And I kept seeing him come out onto the porch after the fire, spoiler alert, after the fire department comes out to rescue or put the fire out. Michael is of course trapped in there, so they actually end up rescuing him out But in the process of doing that, of course, one of the firefighters falls through the floor. He grabs another, he kills him, and then grabs another firefighter, pulls him down, and they're killing him as well. Now I'm going to go to what sold me on this movie. Is the first impression is everything in the film for me. When he walked out onto the porch, as if he was saying, okay, I see all y'all out here. I see y'all with y'all tools. I see the whole entire fire department. Now let's bring it, because I'm ready to go on, as they say, ham on the town. I'm ready to put in the work. I'm ready to take everybody down. I'm ready to show the world who I am. And I'm going to tell y'all all out there, he made me believe that he was that man, that he was the guy that can get the work done. He's a force to be reckoned with. And when I tell you, just off that walking on a porch alone, and the flames are behind him, and he has that fireman's tool in his hand, and he's looking as if he's unfazed by how many of them is out there. Let me just tell y'all right now, this movie gets 5 stars. Now, I know someone may look at this and just say, okay, he's just fanboying over this. No, I'm not fanboying over anything. I will tell you that it is very hard to impress me in films done like this, and you've seen it all your life. I'm put my age out there. I'm actually as old as most of these films that have come out are, so I've kind of raised and know about all these things. In my opinion, I think that the team got back together. You have Jamie Lee Curtis. You have, I want to mention John Carpenter, because it is originally called John Carpenter's Halloween. So it's accredited to him that when he does the score, and I realized and I believe that he brought his son in on doing the score. The score has always been phenomenal. No one will ever, everyone in the world will know the beat on Halloween that goes dun, 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 dun. We know that, right? So what they did was they expanded upon doing the score. They made that completely awesome in 2018 Halloween, and they did that in this film. So what I'm going to go ahead on and do is try to explain as best I can in roundabouts. Mild spoiler alert. Again, I'm not retelling this story. I'm not going for that. What I will say is that Michael Myers' swag, his behavior, his nonverbal communication in this film is top notch. I'm going to go ahead and say I don't care about what most other YouTubers may talk about and care about when it comes to reviewing a movie. They do little nitpick things like, okay, this doesn't add up with this. And I get it. I'm not knocking them for that. They want a cohesive story. I wasn't asking for that. The only thing I asked for is, if it says Halloween Kills, I was expecting for the man to do that. I was expecting him to come in and wreak havoc on Haddonfield, Illinois. And guess what? He not only does that, the people that got behind and did this movie made sure that it was fan service, because if you're a slasher person and you're a horror person, you get all of that in there. And there's so many times where Michael Myers, going back into it, where he takes out the entire fire department. They don't show him take out everybody. They show him take out maybe 4 people, and he takes his saw and reverses it on the guy, and then he takes that tool and he's like, taking guys out. But what the movie really wants to monopolize on is how Michael Myers affects the entire town of Haddonfield, Illinois. For me, I think that was at least impactful, because for the first time we get how a town is affected by a serial killer slasher. Okay, you have rumblings going around about Michael Myers. Before I forget, they did go back to the original Halloween film, and they dealt with Dr. Loomis, and they dealt with the police. What they did was they changed it from him going to the asylum to him being captured by the police, and Dr. Loomis actually went to go again kill Michael Myers. Then they had I believe in the film, if I stand to be corrected, they had 3 opportunities to take Michael down, and for some reason they didn't. I can't explain that. They just didn't do it. They stopped Loomis from pulling the trigger and then spared Michael, and they put him away for 40 years in the asylum. Okay, so now that when we get rid of, we have Halloween 1 and 2, and I believe after 2 or after 1, I stand to be corrected again, that they move on with 2018, and then Halloween Kills, and then we're going to have Halloween Ends after that. So having said that, again, the movie is primarily about the kills, right? He kills a lot of people. Okay, so he has some that I want to point out that really stuck out to me, where there was a couple. It was they were dressed like one was a nurse and one was a doctor. The wife actually leaves the car after Michael jumps on top of the car, and she leaves for an amount of time. Now the husband is trapped in the car with one of the original survivors. She goes to shoot Michael. She pulls the trigger, and there are no bullets in the gun. He takes her out. Okay, so then the goddess in the back of the car, he has a stethoscope on around his neck. He takes that, wraps around Michael's neck, right? So you think he's got him. He's pulling. Michael turns his head around, uses the strength of his neck to turn his head and kind of go, what are you doing? He takes the guy out with a knife. And I mean, I have to tell you that the kills in this, you feel it. It's wrong. And put it to you like this. Usually when you see horror characters kill somebody, it's like, boom, boom, dead. But Michael did it in such a way where you really felt bad for these characters. Like, man, I can't put it into words. All I gotta tell you is watch the film and you'll understand. And let me put this in there as well. If you're too young or it's not age appropriate, I'm not promoting watching this film. By all means, do not take that the wrong way. This is for those that are able to watch the film, or parents that are okay with children that watch the film. I just want to throw that in there. Okay, so the way Michael Myers kills people in this film, it's unnerving. It's one, besides that, I'm gonna go hit on with this scene where, okay, so he goes out and kills the husband. The wife comes with a gun. She's shooting and miss aiming and not hitting anything. She gets close enough to the door. Michael kicks the door and reverses the gun. She takes herself out. I have to say, it's not nothing to laugh at, but it takes you off guard. And the way Michael does his kills in this is unique. Each one of his kills is very, very creative and new. It's not like, I will say this, in the older films, I didn't like Michael Myers kills because they were completely unrealistic. I remember one time he had a double barrel shotgun. He takes it and shoves it into someone's abdomen, and puts it through a wall, and the person's still hanging there. The weight wouldn't sustain that, and the double barrel shotgun is just not strong enough to sustain the weight. It just would not have worked. But they did that. And this film, they took time to make sure that Michael's kills were realistic and brutal and unnerving, and they made you feel every struggle of each person he killed. There's another guy, it was a couple in the house. It was two guys, and they were living together. And fast forward that, one of the spouses that Michael got to literally takes his hands and thumbs and he kind of goes into the sockets until you see the eyeballs oozing outside. I was really, really like, yo, they went there in this movie. I'm trying to tell y'all, I'm not overselling this movie. Please believe me when I tell you. The only reason I'm talking about the movie this way is because it's up in the antics, if you will, for me. Even if people say, well, the plot doesn't work, and I feel like they didn't do enough, or the mob coming together and causing the problem, whatever problems and nitpicks that anybody else on YouTube has, I'm telling you, if you're going in and you know this is a slasher movie, as a serial killing movie, you're going to get what you're going to get. There's no another thing I want to mention that they got right in Halloween Kills is stop trying to explain why he's evil. Stop trying to go into some mysticism or mythological aspect of it, because it takes it away. And when Halloween Kills just kind of went for it and just said, look, Laurie Strode eventually says, and I'm all over the place, please forgive that. But when Laurie Strode says, hey, look, each time he kills someone, he transcends. That says it right there. He's getting stronger as he kills. It doesn't necessarily need to be explained. There's a lot of things in this universe, in this world, that is what they call paranormal. This is not scientific or a spiritual explanation to it. It just is. Michael Myers is a force of nature, being the character that he is. Now, to go back a little bit, I'm only hitting a few key points here with this review. The mob of people that get together, you have Tommy Doyle, right? Tommy Doyle comes together every year to commemorate those that lost their lives in 1978 in Illinois, Haddonfield. So he gets together and rally everybody up to kind of go against Michael. Tonight evil will die, or it will end and everything like that. And it affects the message that they try to send was that, okay, there was a guy that was released with or escaped with Michael, and he looks nothing like him. And I will say that I did wrestle with that a little bit, but it's a little nitpick, but not a big one. He wasn't the same height as Michael. He was just a short kind of Danny DeVito guy, and he ended up getting to the point where he got all the way in the hospital, up to the point where he couldn't go anywhere else. He was cornered, and you had a mob of police that town. It looked like it was about 100 people. I'm just guesstimating that number. So he ends up jumping to his death. And that was that. And I think that what they were trying to go for, they were trying to show people what Michael turned the town into. Like they became monsters themselves, something like that. I was fine with that. As the movie ended, I'm going to get to the climax. Because again, this review is not based on retelling the story. For me, it's just little highlights and things that I thought was really, really paramount for me as a horror fan. Okay, and now I'm a Michael fan because of Halloween Kills, not 2018. I'm being specific, and not because of 2018 Halloween, but I'm being specific. Halloween Kills really, really put Michael on a different plateau for me. So Laurie Strode's daughter, fast forward, her boyfriend gets killed. She attacks Michael from the back with a pitchfork. He goes down. Another little thing, minor issues in my opinion. These are minor issues, guys, where Michael gets put down and people stop for some reason. You don't stop with no one that's of his caliber that can destroy you and your whole entire family. But anyway, so she takes him down, stomps his head, takes his mask off, lures him into the street in front of his house. So the movie comes full circle, basically, where Michael Myers killed his sister in the beginning when he was a child, and now you have him in front of the same house. And so she says, Michael, do you want your mask? Come get it. She drops the mask. All the lights of cars that's surrounding him from the townspeople of Illinois are surrounding him now. Now I will tell you, in this climactic scene, I'm just a Michael fan now as well. Him and Jason are right there. They're teetering on top of one another. So Friday 13th got to step it up beyond. It's just my opinion. I would never say that. But, okay, so they go, and Michael Myers' attitude is, look, if that's how y'all feel, he puts his mask on. He turns and he looks at everybody. And his attitude's like, bring it. His attitude was just phenomenal. So they get the drop on him. You have a few people coming. You have Tommy Doyle come in. They start hitting him with 2x4s. They start beating him down, and you kind of somebody you're like, oh man, you feel kind of bad. He falls down. He's hurt. He's on the ground. I believe Laurie Strode kicks the knife away from his hand. He's trying to reach out for the knife. But as Laurie Strode is talking about him transcending with every kill, they simultaneously Michael Myers gets his second win. Like it's almost like he took that beat down, like, okay, boom, boom, you hit me here, I'm knocked down. Now he's saying, okay, now y'all got that out. This is attitude. I'm just kind of playing along with it. Oh, y'all got that off your chest. Y'all got that out. Okay, now it's my turn again. He starts taking people out. Boom. Knives. Somebody tried to swing a knife. Shoot a gun. He takes and make the other person shoot the other person. It's almost like he's like borderline John Wicking his way through the kills here. So he takes the townspeople out again. The movie ends with him taking out Laurie Strode's daughter. Spoiler alert again. If you didn't want to see this, could have stopped way in the beginning. Forgive me for that. But she ends up dying, and it ends that way. Now, the reason why it ended that way, because it's a cliffhanger for Halloween Ends. I want to also note that Laurie Strode, throughout the entire film, was hospitalized. I love that because she's not Wonder Woman. So she's not going to take the wound from the film prior in 2018 and then all of a sudden just take a shot in her leg and numb the pain, and now she's just going to fight Michael Myers. No. Beautiful job for doing that, because what that did was it made it grounded and realistic. She's not going to be to heal from her wound. She just got patched up and get out of the hospital. You're not going after Michael. So from what I understand, they're going to wait like several more years after this event, which makes sense to me. They have another cut where Michael Myers killed Laurie Strode's daughter and breathed on the phone. I was fine with the way they ended it here. Conclusively, I'm just telling everyone out there who is horror fans and is looking for a fun time and just want to be scared a little bit because it's Halloween, and you're an original Halloween fan because you remember the tune from John Carpenter. And let's say that when it comes to Michael Myers as a whole, Halloween Kills, I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. However, you will be disappointed if you're a nitpicker. Okay, that's Perry Pencil telling you. If you're a nitpicker, you won't be disappointed because you're gonna be looking for plots and this isn't right and this not adding up. But if you're going in to have a good fun time with the movie, like I said, I give this Halloween Kills 5 stars. The way they did the flashback in the beginning, I'm gonna touch on that really quick. and they did that with the back in the beginning and everything like that with Loomis and all of that. They did some special. They didn't even do de-aging, guys. They didn't de-age and oh sorry, the actor has passed away. What they did was they got an actor that looked similar to him and put prosthetics on him, things like that. But all in all, that ends the review. Okay, let me know if you want to see me do more reviews and you like how I do my reviews or whatever. Leave it in the comment section. I'm not going to take offense if you didn't like the review. That's fine. But I like to review, so if you have other ideas that you want me to review or other movies that you want me to review, please leave it in the comment section. Because guess what? Perry Pencil is going to be doing movie reviews like this. And excuse the background, as you can see, I'm going to be doing whatever I can to get these reviews done. And right now, I'm dealing with the flexibility of what I have at my disposal. And I wanted to sit with you guys and talk about Halloween Kills. Again, thank you for your patience. If you last this long, I ran over time a little bit. I didn't want to quite go this long, but I did have enough to say to give you guys something to go on as to why I reviewed Halloween Kills. Again, if you did not subscribe to this channel, subscribe, like the video, leave a comment in there like I said before. Also, smash that alert button so that way you can keep up with each time I upload a video. And I really appreciate y'all. Y'all were great. And watch Halloween Kills. I'm gonna say it one more time. Watch Halloween Kills. And until next time, take care. Don't fuck with them hoes.